I'm a historian by training, who's gone on to advise the President of the United States and leading members of the U.S. Congress on foreign affairs issues. I believe that anyone responsible for crafting the foreign policy of the United States should possess a firm understanding of the history, culture, and politics of the nations, both allies and adversaries, with which we engage. When I consider the post-World War II era, there's probably no foreign policy challenge more familiar to Americans than the Cold War with the Soviet Union. Every American adult is familiar with the Cuban Missile Crisis, Vietnam War, and fall of the Berlin Wall.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
I have clear memories as a child of my mother describing the real fear of nuclear war with Russia, and the stories of learning to duck and cover under the desks at her school. I personally remember the gravity of President Reagan's engagement with Mikhail Gorbachev and President George H.W. Bush's tenure, when the Communist Party of the Soviet Union was dissolved. The Clinton-Yeltsin years were full of hope that Russia would undertake a full transition from its Soviet past and move to join the West as a constructive partner. Unfortunately, that hope would never materialize. Instead, we witnessed the collapse of the Russian economy and the rise to power of former KGB Lieutenant Colonel Vladimir Putin, no friend of the United States or its Western partners. Every action undertaken by Putin has been designed to destabilize and divide the West, because what Putin wants, and what Putin is willing to take significant risks to achieve, is to return Russia to the glory days of the Soviet Union, and the re-establishment of Russia as a superpower within its sphere of influence and beyond.